What's up, Dirty Combs? Long time I haven't used this camera. I think I beat it up too much. So, Captain's Log on This American Life. You don't have to listen to the whole thing. It's a good one, but there's a part about Girl Scouts or Girl Guides. I think they might be brownies, but every country's got a different name for them, kind of thing. During World War II, there were school children in China, and when Japan, this is the second one I wrote about Japan, I have nothing wrong with Japan. Everything's good. I just thought it's an interesting story of resiliency. So, school children in Japan, they get captured, they get rolled into this concentration camp in Shifu, and their teachers grabbed, I think it kind of sounds like they were converted to the Girl Guide way, because they get rolled into this concentration camp, and the teachers saw that. They grabbed musical instruments, writing utensils, paper, anything they could do, because they felt it was going to be a while, so they had the insight to grab a bunch of stuff, and they grabbed a Girl Guide book. And so they're talking about, like, the very first journal entry is something like, "Oh boy, going to a concentration camp," like, and I can just see the lady, yeah, okay, trying to ultimate spin that frown upside down, and it was pretty awesome just to hear the resiliency, and that they did it for the children, to help the children, not lose their innocence, or as much innocence as possible. And it's a great story. It's a second act. If you skip through the first one, the first one's pretty good. The first one's about a German U-boat commander. In fact, the one that sank the Lusitania, in his statement about it. So both good contrast on documenting and discussion and thought. But the Girl Scouts were pretty. Consider my mind melted. Like, I thought that was pretty cool that they were able to do that. And the power of the mind, the willpower, how bad do you want it? I mean, it's all, that's pararescue. I mean, it's life. It's whatever you want to do. It doesn't necessarily, but it in context of what we're talking about, it's just doing it. You got a team. Roger Hayden yesterday was talking about how they had made a pact, like they wouldn't let anybody quit, and that had been a mistake. If a person wants to quit, let them quit. If a person wants to stay and they're trying really hard, work with them. There's a difference between a person who, I don't think I can do it, or, dude, I need 2 push-ups. Can you help me? See what I'm saying? Like the two different ways of handling that problem, and the people, and it's not a judgmental thing. You help who you can, but it's triage. I mean, it's preparing you. In Doc, it's preparing you for what's to come, and which leads me to the question was my number one rule, and my number one rule is always be prepared. Be prepared. As much as humanly possible, push yourself, keep your mind open, learn, love, live, grow. And that's my number one rule. Be prepared. Be a little Cub Scout or Girl Scout, and sit up straight, when you're eating. The den mothers would harass the girls that they weren't sitting upright enough as they ate their gruel, and their gruel was stuff that was probably not even meant for horses. And mean, they took it like champs. I mean, it was a very, very good story. And so listen to it. It was going to, very few survivors go alive. But the lady, the way she described it, and they were like, so was it fun? And she's like, no, it wasn't fun. But what else were we going to do? We needed to turn it around. And there's a book about it, about Girl Guides, period, but specifically about that. And you'll hear about this in the podcast. But I definitely think it's worth checking out. And there's an older podcast I talked about a while ago, talked about teaching girls to be brave and not perfect. And I think that everybody can learn from that, because we've got some messed up ways of trying to teach each other sometimes, or what we think is important. What do we think? What do I think? I think it's important for people to be brave and not be cowards, and to live a happy, uplifting, fulfilled life, because you followed your dreams and you aimed high. So, be prepared. Hope everything's good for you. Thank you very much for listening, and I will chat with you later.